Alright, so what's up guys? Today we're at the Quarry Park up in St. Cloud. Technically it's in Watkins, but who really cares that much? But as to not disturb anybody, today it's going to be a little bit of a closer angle. But I'm thinking I'm going to take you guys on this little nature walk with me, as I did in Darwin Hill. Kind of give you the same kind of feel, same kind of vibe. I did make a post on Instagram about this place yesterday. And I was like, you know what? I'll come back here again today. But we got the map right there. I have it somewhat memorized and a picture on my phone. So I'm going to start walking this way. And I'm going to just talk to you guys about nature walks and what they kind of mean to me. Of course, I'm not going to get too boring, but I will get into it. Now, whenever you guys decide to go on hikes or nature walks or whatever it may be, I want to remind you, know where you're going. If you don't know where you're going, you might not think you're going to get lost, but let's be honest, you're going to get lost. Unless you're like, just the best hiker in the world. Even then, you still could get lost. So always have a map, always have a picture of a map, something that can guide you, a compass, landmarks, anything and everything that you can use to guide you to where you need to go, in a safe manner. Now, if you look on my hip, you'll notice a black bag. That is a med kit, basically. If anything bad were to happen, I sprain an ankle, I get a cut, something bad happens to me, pop this bad boy open, and I fix myself up and I get the hell out of Dodge, But, keeping things like that with you, getting that extra step of safety and just making sure that you're okay as can be. But just make sure you have that stuff. On another note, I've never seen this before. I wish I could turn the camera around for you guys, but I can't. But this is something I've never seen before. Coming to the quarries, you see a lot. But I've never seen this. This is kind of cool though. It's like a little once was building or something. I don't really know what to call it. It's cool though. But I kind of wish I knew what it was. It looks like it had to have been some kind of building at some point. Just based on like those little bits of rebar looking stuff poking up. I don't know though. But it is kind of cool, I'd say. Water down there is definitely as disgusting as can be. Not the most disgusting water is here. Not to say that this place is gross, but because of the fact that it's quarries and it's man-made, the way it kind of aged is you got water that is good water and you got water that's dead water. I say it that way because there's just some kind of environments that are man-made that animals and nature, it just can't live in. I'll be walking to the quarry section soon to kind of explain and elaborate on that. But I'd say the way it is, if you see these quarries for yourself, and you'll see them on video, so don't worry about that. But as an example, these quarries, they're hundreds of feet deep, to my knowledge. And not much life goes in terms of, I'd say just general like biological life, like birds, fish, deer, like any small rodent. That stuff really doesn't get in there. There's not really algae in there, there's nothing to sustain it. And then there's nothing like, the basic building blocks of life is what I'm trying to get at, aren't really in the water for a sustainable amount of time for there actually to be life in there, which is why I call it dead water. You might see a thing or two, but I'd say honestly give it a few weeks and it won't be there anymore, But some of the water spots, little pits of the quarries, there are just these beautiful fish that swim around. I seen it yesterday. You saw some, what was it? I want to say it was like a trout or something. Don't quote me on that because I'm probably wrong. I don't know my fish. but it might have been a carp as well. Something in the water, you know, you just see it so clearly. Those are the limit ponds. You know, those are the ones that are actually pretty. They got a nice color to them. You know, you can actually see the environment living out inside of it, which I just think is so cool. But I'm coming up on an old couple now. I really don't want to disturb them on their little walk, so I'll get back to you guys in a moment at the quarries. So I'll see you then. Alright, so we're at the first quarry. Before I turn around to show you this, I just want to let you guys know that while this is on camera, this is in person, this is probably one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. This isn't something that you can really take into account how pretty it is until you see it in person. But I'm hitting the leaves, but this is just, it's beautiful. It's nature. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. I've actually never seen anything like this before. And it just takes me away. It's so, I'm not much for swearing, but it's so fucking pretty, honestly. Like, just imagine just sitting, having a nice lunch, and enjoying it to this view, you know? You can't go wrong with that. Because it's so goddamn pretty, you know? It's just gonna make you smile. It'd be nice if you could be here and experience it for yourselves, but you can't, so I'm gonna be the one to bring it to you. But, God, it is so pretty. I'm gonna say that 1,000 times in this video, but it is just unbelievably pretty. I gotta fix this before it bends out of whack, because I guess my phone's too heavy. I think you're allowed to fish here too. You can't really see it because of the murky water, but this is one of those not dead waters. There are fish in here. I've seen them move in the water, kind of breaking the surface tension a little bit. So, I mean, imagine this being your fishing spot. Come on. You can't tell me that that wouldn't be so cool. And just for reference, this whole body of water is from the excavation of these rocks. So this is deep, deep. You know, very deep. I'd say deeper than most lakes. As you might be able to tell there, those little rocks that I'm pointing at, if I can, right there. My finger's right on it now. But those rocks, it's like a sudden drop off. It goes straight down, I'm pretty sure. So, you could literally dive straight off the wall of this. And you can kind of see with the edges of those cliffs over there that it kind of curves like this into the water. The water would be kind of where my elbow is. So, yeah, very deep, very steep drop-offs. But it's even more beautiful. But it was just a fish right there. But that's just one of these, of the many quarries that are here. I think there's a map right here, so I can even tell you guys. God, it is so mind-bogglingly beautiful. I don't even know if that's a word that I just said, but it is so pretty. And you know, all this nature around you. It's like, you come to Minnesota and, God, see, you can fish. The sign is over here, though. I thought the sign was there. That's just the sign basically telling you that there are trout in the water. And I'm pretty sure, as to the clip earlier, I'm pretty sure it was a rainbow trout. I'm pretty sure that I was talking about in the clip earlier. Once again, don't quote me, because I am not educated in fish, mostly. Obviously, I know bass and sturgeon and all that, but I do not know my trout. This is, I'm counting, there are 20 quarries. Fucking, that is something. That's a lot of quarries. Morning. Oh yeah, I just seen it. It's beautiful, dude. It's amazing. Yeah, it is gorgeous here though, and there are 20 of them, and that's just one. That one's kind of tucked away a little bit, but I mean, you got the bigger ones over here, I'm pretty sure. Some of them you're even allowed to swim in. I remember when I was a kid, I used to come here to swim a few times with my aunts, uncles, and my parents. And as a kid, you know, you don't really realize, you know, everything's so big because you're so small. And I was like way down here high, you know. But coming back here, it's refreshing, you know. You realize not everything's as big as it was, not everything's as mysterious as it was, yet God, it's 10 times prettier because you can really, once you've gotten older, you can take it in and see it for what it is, you know. And speaking of taking things in, this, I'd say, Logan, that's just a hill. That's like a little hill. That is all from there all the way to that tree that's grown on top is excavated rock. It goes from way over there all the way down there. So just to give you even more perspective on how much rock was actually excavated making these quarries back in, God, who knows how long ago. I think in the 18 something is when this was all excavated, because it's relatively grown over. I almost got beat up by a bumblebee. But yeah, this is, God, I want to say, don't quote me on it, once again, I want to say this is thousands of tons of stone. I might be accurate when I say that, because it is a lot. It's got to be thousands of tons. Altogether, not just this pile alone. This pile probably pushes it, but altogether with every 20 quarries that have been dug. And sorry for the wind, it's a windy day today. I should have done this yesterday, but it was so much hotter. I had to walk around with my titties out. But yeah, it's just mind-boggling how much stone there is and how frequent you see it too. Well, there's another one right there. You can see it poking up. And if I'm correct, we're at 19 now. All the markers. I was gonna make my way down to this little shaded area. I'm thinking I'll probably go around to 12 and then back through. But we'll see. You know, we will see. I don't really know. I'm just gonna walk in. I've never been on this part of the trail before. So, yeah. You know what? Actually, I'll walk down the middle. The middle is a lot more pretty. There's not much to see here though, so I'm gonna make my way to the next quarry, and I'll see you guys there once again. If this wind doesn't blow me away, so I'll see you soon. Alright, so we're at the next quarry. There are people here, so I gotta be kind of quiet when I talk, because, you know, it's couples and I don't want to disturb their day, because it seems to be going great for them. Anyways, we're at, I want to say, the biggest one I've seen of every time I've been here. The place is massive though. And this is one of the ones that you can swim inside of. I remember when I was a kid, I remember seeing people jump off of that cliff right there. You know, when I was a kid though, that's maybe, I want to say like 20 feet. When I was a kid, I thought it was like 1,000, you know, way up there. You know, seemed crazy to me then, but now it's like, okay. Still crazy if you jump off of it, but a little less crazy, you know, but it is still very pretty, to say the least. If I can extend this baby, I'm at a little sit and chat area, you know. Very pretty. It's made up of the rocks from the excavated quarry. Big old things though. And you can see even in the rocks, if I can show you guys, these little lines here. These little babies, that is from excavating. Yeah, smart words. Probably just from the equipment that they use to cut up the rocks and move them. But I think that's pretty fascinating that it is still engraved within the rocks and it hasn't been washed away by rain or people touching it. I think it's pretty cool. You know, but it's you can even see them on those ones too if you look hard enough. I won't show you that because I just showed you that one. It'd be showing you the same thing twice. But it is so cool to see, nonetheless, as I climb these rocks, because I'm a daring adventurer. Totally, and I'm totally not just some white boy trying to do stupid stuff. But anyways, I thought that rock was about to fall over on top of me and squish me like a bug. But yeah, it's, again, beautiful. I make these little nature walk videos just like the Darwin Hill one to remind you guys that, you know, get outside. It's good for you. It's good for your health. It's good for your skin. It's good for everything about your life. It just makes you happy, you know? And I'm not telling you how to live your life. If you don't want to go outside, don't go outside. Even though some of you need to touch grass. And I say that in the nicest way possible, you know? But, you know, feeling these cool breezes and having the sun on your skin, even if you're as white as I am, you know, you could light up a whole room if you stuck my arm in there with some sunlight. But get outside, you know, appreciate it. You were made for this. This is nature and you are part of it. You know, so embrace it, live it a little. Doesn't mean you need to do it every day. Doesn't need to be your life. But get out there and experience it and enjoy it for what it is. Take it in while you still can until you're, before you're 85 and your knees don't work and you're in a wheelchair. And then stuff like this just becomes inaccessible. You'll look back on your life, some of you, not all of you, and think, man, I really wish I went outside more. I really wish I went to these cool places where, you know, if I go there now, I'll just get hurt or my knees will, you know, they'll give out on me trying to go up these trails. You know, do it while you're young, healthy, and capable of these things, because one day you won't be, you know. Regardless though, it is still absolutely gorgeous, and I cannot tell you guys just with enough emphasis on the gorgeous part. You know, you got those pretty girls that you guys see at school. This is like them times like a million, you know. I got more people walking up the trail though, and as per usual, I don't like disturbing people's days, so I'll see you guys at one last spot that I'd like to show you. Alright, so we're at the spot now, and I just want to tell you guys this is absolutely gorgeous being up here. Granted, I cannot see anything, but I don't want to drop my phone off the ledge, so I'm going to hold it like this while I show you guys. It is absolutely beautiful up here. You have a great view. We're above the tree line too. And then come on, the path up here is pretty as well. But, you know, last place I wanted to show you guys, the highest point that I believe you can be here. Pretty sure it's the highest point. As I've said 1,000 times, don't quote me, because I do not do my research, I just do it as is. But I think I'm going to end the video here. That's been my little nature walk. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be doing these more frequently just because I love them. It's good for me. And it's good to show you guys what's out there so you can learn to appreciate and love it the same way I do. Only if you want to, though. If you don't, it's whatever. But that is it. Please like and subscribe if you like this content, because I love making it, and hopefully you like watching it. But that's going to be it for today. I'll see you guys later. Please remember, someone out there does love you. You don't have to know who they are, just someone out there. But have an amazing day. I'll see you guys later.